Great people, Anthony Davis, the name, aka Chidab. Today, I'm on a plantain field, and I tell you what, plantain field management is all we are going to be talking about. So, when you are a farm owner and basically you are not around, probably you are not even in the country, it's always very difficult to really get the right people of integrity to come manage your field. So I'm going to be telling you all what you need to do in order to manage your planting fields properly so that you can get the optimal result at the end of the day. So I need you to stay glued to this very video. Go nowhere. I'll be back. So the first thing I'm going to be bringing to your notice is this field. If you closely observe, you would see some plantain amongst this grown field. This is literally a plantain field, as you can see. But then this is what poor management does to your field. When you do not manage your field properly, guys, this is what you get at the end of the day. Big question is, why would you set up a field when you know you won't manage it? That is a big question. Why would you set up a field when you know you won't manage it? So if you truly want to set up a field, don't be in a haste to set it up. Ensure everything is put in place. Ensure you get the right people that would help you manage your field if you won't be there physically to do the management of the field. Also ensure you get an expert to come to your field to help you set it the proper way. Don't just think in your head you could do it by watching several videos on YouTube. That can only guide you, but then you might not really have the practical knowledge needed to really execute whatever you have to execute. So that is the reason why you have to get someone who is an expert in that field to come help you set up your field, so you don't get to have such an awful field. Because right now it is awful, but definitely we are going to transform this and you'll be amazed at what this field would look like in a few days time. But you just have to put the right things in place, so even after you have been able to weed the field, you wouldn't have this field return back to this horrible state it is right now. There's something I really need to talk about, which is a major challenge in any field establishment, especially here in Nigeria or Africa at large, which is what? Management. So when you are a farm owner and basically you are not around, probably you are not even in the country, it's always very difficult to really get the right people of integrity to come manage your field, and that is even the reason why you have this field in this state. So I came into this field and then I saw it. I was sad because the farm owner has really invested a whole lot into this field. Getting a sucker of plantain is nothing less than 500 naira. So, and then you have all of these on this field, and then the weeds are competing. In fact, some of the plantains are not even allowed to grow because of the excessive weeds surrounding it, competing so vigorously with it, and in fact doing far better than even the plantains. It's sad. So that saddens my heart, and this is just because you do not have the right hands to manage the field. So what then do you do as a person if you want to set up your farm? The first thing you must ensure you do, fine, getting the land is one thing, having your farm established is another thing, but then if the right maintenance isn't on ground, forget it. You are going to lose everything, because once these plantains, they get stunted, then you would have to replace it because they won't do well. And the first 3 months of your plantain is key because they need to really grow at that point. So if anything distorts their growth, is then going to affect them throughout the life cycle. So that is why you have to ensure that the first 3 months of your plantain field establishment, the first 3 months of the plantain life span or life cycle is well taken care of, so that they grow and then are able to compete well with the weeds. That is if you don't manage it well. So how then do you start your management practices on your field? That is what we are going to be finding out. Stay glued. What you have to do is you have to have the right set of people to manage your field. That is where the headache comes in, because you really can never tell who is going to be the right person until the person is really given a chance. That is why then you have to very hard and also try to work with people who are already in the field, because these people would have been able to work with quite a number of persons who understands the nitty-gritty of the whatever crop you are going into, be it plantain, be it anything you are going into. So make consultation. So consultation is really key. So people are going to make recommendations and then get to the right hands who will then help you run your farm. That is one. Don't really get your family involved too much. Yeah, family sometimes tend to make a mess of the project because they don't see the vision you see, and because they're family members, they tend to make a mess of some things you do. They just take it for granted because they know you too well. They know you won't do a thing to them even when they mess up the project. So most of the time your family members don't really see the vision you see, so they tend to make a mess of the project when you hand it over to them. So most at times it's better you stick to someone who isn't related to you at all. So you have to work with that person based on work basis. Nothing again, no emotions attached, no emotion, because it's business and you have to deal with it accordingly. So don't really get too many family people involved. Only get family members who see the vision you see, who has the same vision as you. But if they don't, please do not get them engaged because they will make a mess of the project. Next thing you have to do is, in managing your field, you have to ensure that you don't get too emotional about what you do. You don't go emotional about the people who work for you. Don't get emotional with I'm not saying you shouldn't be close to them. You should be close and not too close, and they have to understand that what you guys do is business, and if it's not giving result, then whoever that is in charge should be asked to leave. You can't stay on a business and then you're making mess of a business. So the bone of contention is, if the person doesn't have the same vision as you, he shouldn't manage your field. Yeah, he shouldn't. Whoever that is going to be the manager of any field at all, any farm establishment, should be someone who has same vision as you. If the person doesn't, forget it. Don't get the person involved. So in order to really have your field well managed, you need to have the right set of people with the same vision as you, who share in your vision. The next thing is, no matter how good you are as a person, no matter how good you are in managing things, no matter how awesome your managerial skills are, if you do not have the technical knowledge or the technical know-how of running a particular crop venture, please, farm owners, do get someone who has technical know-how, because in order to set up your any agricultural venture, you have to get someone who has the wealth of knowledge really needed to execute that project. And then maybe in the long run, he can then put through the person who has these managerial qualities to help you, as in to help to understand how the system works, and then the person can come in and then run. But then in order to set it up, you have to get an expert. Nothing should take the place of an expert, so you get to try it once and for all. Some of the things that really stifle management of any crop field is usually boils around management. But once you have the right management, someone who can coordinate, someone who can really put a team together and then make them work, then you are good to go as a farm owner. You can go and sleep, because these guys are going to be awesome. Now the whole thing is because they understand your vision, and then they have the qualities, the managerial skills, and then also they understand the technicalities in establishing whatever field you've chosen to go into. All these put together are going to make your field awesome at the end of the day. I tell you, these are proven ideas, these are proven things, something we've tried over and over, and we have seen that they are good. So we've tested it and they are good. So try to imbibe it too, imbibe this or follow these tips too, so that you have an amazing field at the end of the day. I'm really not going to show you any technical tip here, because I've got a whole lot of videos on technicalities involved in managing your plantain field, what you need to do, spacing, then the field maintenance, what your plantain field should look like, and all of that. Number one is your plantains shouldn't be allowed to even have any dead leaf on it. They should always be trimmed or pruned at every point in time. So guys, go watch those videos right now. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, guys, you're taking so long a time to do that. I need you to like hit on the subscribe button right now, turn on the notification bell, and like my video. Hey guys, 2 videos are going to be appearing on your screen right now. I need to like punch on one of those videos and go watch my next video. Alright, bye for now guys, see you in my next video. Peace.